So one thing you want to do, and it's very important to us in our program, is to maintain obedience and steadiness of your dog. So it's always a good idea to work into your training, actually getting them out and working on your obedience skills in actual situations where you may be hunting. So today we're at a wetland, a marsh area, and what we're going to do before we get to any kind of retrieving work is go ahead and just check our obedience with our dogs. So I'm standing out in the water now. I'm just going to recall a dog out. We're going to do some heel work, some recalls, and some sits in this type of cover just to make sure that our obedience is squared away before we move on. So we'll go ahead and call Diesel out. Diesel, Diesel. There he's recalled. And what we're going to do here is just make sure that he heels with us properly in this water. Heel. And why would this be important? Well, think about 5 o'clock in the morning and you're walking into your duck blind or your pit or whatever. You want to make sure that you just reinforce that your dog is heeling with you, because the last thing you want is your dog running all over the place in the pitch black dark and then you've lost your dog. So take time to work on this and actually spend time in water working all your obedience skills with your dogs. Heel. Okay, he's listening to my stop whistle. That's good. Go ahead and recall him all the way in. Diesel. Good boy. And now we'll just finish this off with one more little heel work piece here. And that looks good. He's under control. His obedience is good. So from here we can say, right, now we can go on to our training session. If I saw any holes there, his heel work wasn't good, his recall wasn't good, I'd stop right here and fix it. But this looks pretty good right now. So I think we're ready to move on to the next step. So you want to be able to transition all of your land work into the water. So what we like to do is set up specific exercises, specific drills where we're handling the dogs into the water. And what we've got set up here is we're at our marsh area. We've actually got decoys out. You can see I'm in waders. So it's important also in your training program to go ahead and get all your gear on at some point, because you're going to want to make it as realistic as you possibly can. So even you as the handler, you want to get comfortable with being able to handle and manage your dog with all of your hunting gear on. So that's what we're going to do today. We're actually going to take one of the dogs, do a couple handling exercises into the water, some lefts, some rights, and the backs, and just make sure that he's handling crisp and that he's understanding everything that we're asking him to do. So we'll go ahead and bring Whiz out. Whiz, Whiz. And what I'm going to do is just set up a very simple right-hand cast through these decoys just to make sure he understands what I'm asking him to do. Whiz, get on. Okay, that didn't look too bad. So now we'll turn around. We'll ask him to handle to the left. Dead, shake. Whiz, get on. Dead, shake. Good, there's one to the left. Now we're going to do a back cast into the water. Sit down. Whiz, go back. Dead, shake. Good, so now we've checked our left, our right, and our back. He went when we asked him to go, so we're gonna pull the other dog out now who's been honoring. Just check him. Get on. Lad. That was our right hand cast, shake. Now we'll ask him to go left, sit. Get on. Dead. Now we'll ask him to go back. Pull back. Dead. Shake. Shake. And that looks pretty good. So we've got dogs that are listening. They're handling left, right, and back when we ask them to go. So now we can check that off our list, and now we're ready to move on to some actual exercises where we're setting them up in a hunting situation. So we've all been in those situations. Birds have come in, we've shot them. The bird may sail a little bit, and the bird disappears into some cover. What do you do with your dog? Well, to train for that, you want to get your dog confident in driving through water and getting into that cover. That's number one. Number two is you want to use the wind to your advantage. You want to help your dog as much as you can. So right now we've got a crosswind right here. We've got some birds planted out in some smartweed right there. The dog can't see where the bird's at. So we've got to send them. This is going to be a true blind, and we're going to use the wind to our advantage. So what we're going to do is line our dog and handle them downwind of the bird so that when they get into the wind, they're going to pick up that scent and find this bird. So always help your dog as much as you can, especially on blind retrieves like this. So we're going to run diesel and try to pick this bird. Heel. Pull back. And here he's driving across the water nicely. We've got him downwind of the bird. So what we're going to do is just keep driving him back. Pull back. Pull back. Now he's downwind of it. We'll ask him to hunt. And there he's found our bird. Good boy. Good boy. Dead. Shake. Got a second bird down out there, so we're going to send him. This time the bird is to the right, so I'm going to get him even further downwind this time and just let the scent pull him into this bird. Pull back. Get on. Lad. Dead. Shake. There you go. Use Mother Nature to your advantage as much as you can. If you've got a nice wind coming through, remember, get your dog downwind of your bird, let the wind blow the scent to him, and then the dog will find the bird that much quicker.